my FX3, my main workhorse, and it's totaled. I destroyed it. Hey y'all, it's Dusty. I had a pretty horrible mini heart attack recently, and it was during me editing my previous video, which I have here on the screen. It was my filmmaking EDC. Now, if you haven't watched this video, I'm gonna link it up here. Is that right? One of the corners here, I think it's here. And you can go watch that. It's about everything that I bring with me on set as a filmmaker. Not necessarily the filmmaking gear, but more about the tools and the little things that kind of make my experience shooting a lot more efficient, a lot more pleasurable. So if you're interested in that, you can go and watch that up here. This video, however, was, I did not expect to make this video, first of all, but it was in light of me editing that video. I noticed on the screen while I was editing that there was a tiny little dot, tiny little white dot on the screen. And my first instinct was, oh shoot, I think I have a dead pixel on my monitor. And I've only had this monitor for about a year now. I love this monitor. This is the LG Ultrafine 4K monitor. So it's a really great monitor, really color accurate, which is great for color grading, and it's 4K. So editing on it looks so good. My heart kind of sank when I saw that little white dot, because I thought, okay, my monitor is garbage now. It's totaled. I'm not sure if the warranty still applies, so I don't know if I can send it in and get a replacement. But as I investigated a little bit more, I realized that the dot wasn't on my monitor. It was in my footage, because when I close Premiere and I look at all the other stuff on my computer, the dot isn't there. So it's on my footage, and it's on my main cam, which is on the FX3. So now I'm like panicking, right? So my first instinct was, okay, maybe it's just a speck of dust on the lens. So I took the lens that I used on this video, I looked at it, and it was clean. Like, there was zero, dust particles on it, on both sides. So I just kind of gave it a quick blow, and it was good. And then I opened up my camera. Okay, maybe it's just dust on the sensor. So I did the same thing with the sensor, and when I opened up my camera, it was still there. So now I'm thinking, oh no, the last video that I shot for this video, my filmmaking EDC video, was me kind of just swinging around my laser pointer. So now I'm super panicking, because now I think, oh shoot, I think I just totaled my camera, my FX3, my main workhorse, and it's totaled. I destroyed it, and these were the thoughts that were running through my head. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to fix this. So now I'm panicking, and I'm thinking to myself, oh no, I've ruined my FX3. Until I checked back into the footage that I shot, went back to the very first part of the video, and the little tiny dot was there. So it happened way before I took the laser pointer out. So now this is kind of a little bit of a sign of relief. Now I'm thinking maybe I can bring my camera into Sony service center and have it checked out, maybe get a replacement. The warranty is I do still have warranty on this camera. So maybe warranty might still apply to this kind of problem, or I might get a code for a repair. And then I had the brilliant idea of checking Google out. And apparently a lot of people have had this kind of problem, which are stuck pixels on your sensor. And I know it kind of sounds scary, and it sounds really eerie to hear that you have a stuck pixel on your sensor, but it's actually, again, a more common thing than we might realize. So with a little bit more of Google searching and searching on YouTube, I actually found a fix for this problem. And it's actually just pixel remapping your sensor. Now, I'm not an expert on this, but apparently there's a few types of ways that your pixels might appear this way. So there are dead pixels, that's gone. Your sensor is for sure totaled. There's nothing in camera that you can do to save those pixels once that they are dead pixels. But then there are hot pixels and stuck pixels, and these are the more common types of issues that you can encounter with your camera. So how does this happen? Well, there's a number of factors that go into it, but for the most part it happens when you're taking long recording. This mostly happens if you're doing a time lapse of something and you have your camera on recording for a long period of time, or when the sensor gets really hot. Again, long record times might factor into how hot the sensor gets. So if you're watching this video and you're having the same problem, fret not, there's 2 easy ways to fix it, and I'll show you both ways, and it just depends on the menu system that you have on your Sony cameras. Now I have my FX3 right here, and I'm gonna take you through how I did it on my FX3 first, and then I'll show you the second method right after. So what you wanna do is, of course, turn your camera on first. You wanna go to the menu, and then you're gonna go down to the yellow section of your menu, and then go down, and then under setup option, under that you're gonna look for pixel mapping. Now pixel mapping is actually taking the data on the surrounding pixels of that stuck pixels and kind of translating that into that pixel, and kind of it's kind of like spot removal on Photoshop or on Lightroom. Now on top right now I have auto pixel mapping turned off, but what you want to do is the manual pixel mapping, which is right under it. So you go into that. Now once you go into that, it's going to give you a warning, execute. That's kind of how I'm reading it. Execute. Reboots after pixel mapping is complete. So what you want to do is just execute. So click OK, and it's going to process. You hear that? That's the sensor resetting. And now your camera is rebooted, and now you can check your camera, you can check your footage, and hopefully the little white dots or red dots or your hot pixels or your stuck pixels aren't there anymore. So I'm gonna double check mine right now, and perfection, I do not see anything. So the problem is no more. So I'm gonna show you guys a little comparison of the footage with that little dot and the footage that I took after doing the pixel mapping. And as you can see, the white dot is there no more. If it was, it should be in the same exact spot, but it's not there anymore. So this method really does work. So I don't have a Sony camera that has the older menu system, but essentially what you wanna do is go to your time and date settings, and you want to skip the time ahead by 2 months, and this will kind of reboot your system and your sensor, and it'll do the pixel mapping automatically, and then you just have to wait. Once your camera turns back on, just set it back to the correct time and date, and then hopefully that solves your problem as well. So there you go. I hope I helped you out. If you were having this problem and you were scared to death like I was, I hope that this fix works for you. Now, if it did, please do leave a thumbs up on this video. Please comment down below if you have any suggestions or other methods for this. If you're having the same problems, I hope I can help you out, at least in the comment sections as well. And then subscribe if you guys want to see more tips and tricks like this on this channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And as always, yeehaw.